The 18th of June, Rabbi Moore, Parsha Hashavua with Rashi.
Are you on your class?
Wow. Wow. Wow.
I don't see it.
Great.
I usually own them.
Thank you.
I got 5 of them. Bought everything you have. They told me this is the right milk. I hope you didn't. Forgot to look. Natural lactose, yes. I decided right too because you eat it drink it so fast.
Thank you so much.
And this is for how many rich is with. And surprisingly, we'll probably use this for the candies too.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, how are you?
Good, good. Tomorrow I'm not going to be able to come to class. I have to take my wife for some testing in the hospital.
Everything should be well.
Amen.
Okay. So I think we'll meet on meet.
Okay, I'll write a note. Google Meet.
You have to wait 6 hours after you go on Google Meet.
Yep.
Do I do what?
You have to wait 6 hours after going on Google Meet. Anyway,
That's right.
okay.
Only with the meat is hard.
Right. We were in the middle of the Rashi here on Pasuk Chav Beis. Right. Meir, you think you were in the middle of it. Sheva Shonim Nivnesa.
Okay, Sheva Shavnim Nivnata. Okay, so it'd been built 7 years. Oh,
It literally means that Hebron was built 7 years before Zoan of Egypt.
right. That's what it said in the pasuk. Right. Okay. So it says Efshar Shebana Ham at Hebron. It's possible that Ham had built Hebron.
A rhetorical question. Is it
Uh-huh.
possible that Ham built?
Is it possible? Uh-huh. With Canaan beno Hakatan. For Canaan was his younger son.
He built that city for Benaka, for Canaan, his younger son.
Right.
Before he would build Soan for Mitzrayim, his older son.
Mitzrayim beno Hagadol, right, his older son.
So is it possible that the order of events was that he first built a city for his younger son, and then he built a city for his older son? Hello, you know what the possible is?
Rather, Shehaita Mivuna B'chol Tuv, because Hebron was good, with all good.
I translate as being cultivated. 1 second.
Oh, really? Huh.
My English says fertile.
It's not from leave note to build? Oh, okay. Mivuneh.
why it translates cultivated. When you build a land, agriculturally means you cultivate it.
Okay.
Let me see what I mean.
Yeah, apparently there's a
Again, it was 7 times more fertile with all goodness than Soar. Now, fertile, let me see, 21. Yeah, Rashi Ksubas 102a explains this words in the sense of producing fruit. Similar to the Ibone Gamon Meno. It says with regard to that Rachel gave her maidservant to Yaakov as a wife, and I will be built through her. I will have children through her. So being built is having children is also the term used. The term is to be built. By the way, it's interesting that a term for a son, what is a son called? A ben.
Ben, right.
It also comes from the root of building, binyan. It comes from the same root. Because one's, how should you say it, one's generations, one's future is built through one's children.
Also, when Sarai told Avram to have a son with Hagar, it looks like Abaneh Mimena Vayishma Avram Lekol Sarai, and he listened to her.
Right.
Because she couldn't apparently conceive at that point.
Correct.
Okay, very interesting. Okay, so that...
By the way, that pasuk is not referring to Hagar and Sarah. I believe it's referring to Rachel and Bilhah.
That might come later, because this pasuk begins. Let's see, it's Tet Zayin.
He quotes 16. I have a pasuk quoted as 33.
Oh, that's later. Yeah, that's later in Breshit. Right.
Okay.
So it's used in many places, apparently.
Right.
Okay, so okay, okay. This comes to tell us Shivcha Shel Eretz Yisrael, about the excellence of the land of Israel. She'ein lecha trashin be'eretz Yisrael yoter mechevron. Okay, so there's no
there's no rockier
grounds in the land of Israel than Hebron. Okay, therefore, Hiktsua, they set it aside. Lekivrot, for the tombs of the dead. Wow, the covers.
It's a burial site.
Burial site. Oh, if it's not rocky, then it would be good for that. Okay, the Ein Lucha Me'uleh Mula B'chol Haratzot B'Mitzrayim. And there's no nothing greater, I guess, superior in all of the land
superior,
of better. Shenemar, and here it is again. Let's see, Kagan Hashem be'eretz Mitzrayim. That's also from an early Rashi and Breshit. Okay,
that's like actually
Hashem. Okay, yeah. It's like the land of Egypt. But so on, he hamu'uleh be'eretz Mitzrayim, and so on is the best land in the land of Egypt. Shesham Moshav HaMelachim, It's a residence of where the kings were there. Shenemar ki hayu b'tzoan sarav. Where the ministers were and so on. V'haita Hebron tova mimenu. Yet Hebron was better than it. Shiva chalakim. By sevenfold. Wow. Okay.
Mhm. Okay. Fine. So b'hoisa Chevron toiva hemenu shivas chalakim. Shiva chalakim was 7 times better than how you can measure that exactly. But Chevron was 7 times as good as Tzoan of Mitzrayim. Why the Torah expresses it in this way, I do not know. And as Shonim, Sheva Shonim Nivnasa. Basically, according to this explanation, the term Sheva Shonim doesn't merely mean year.
Oh.
It means 7 times as, let me see actually how I translated it. Heaven was 7 times better cultivated than Tzoan in Mitzrayim.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go. Pasuk Chov Gimel, 23.
Vayavo'u ad nachal eshkol vayichritzu misham zimora ve'eshkol anavim echad vayisa'uhu vamot Bishnayim umin harimonim umin hate'enim. They arrived at the valley of Eshcol and cut from there a vine with 1 cluster of grapes, and they carried it on a pole with 2, and of the pomegranates and of the figs. Rashi says, Zemorah, Sochas, Geffen, a branch from a grapevine. The Eshkol shel Anavim Talui ba, with a cluster of grapes hanging from it. Vayisa'uhu bamot bishgayim. Bishnayim. Mi mashma shene'emar. From the implication of that which has been said, vayisa'uhu vamot, and they carried it on a pole. They
being a plural,
I am not aware. Shehu.
This is a rhetorical one. I don't know.
2 people.
So obviously, it means it's like, if it uses the plural by Yisrael Bamoit, obviously they carried it, implies there were two people carrying it. So therefore, we got the question, what does it mean, Bishnayim? Ma Talmud Lema Bishnayim.
Ma Talmud Lomar Bishnaim. What does the Torah teach us when it says the word by two?
Right?
Bishnei motos. By two poles.
Oh.
Not by two people, but by two poles. Ha ketzad. How is this? Shemona nitlu eshkol. 8 took a cluster. Echad natal te'ena. 1 took a fig. Ve'echad ramon. And 1 took a pomegranate. V'hoshua.
Yoshua, yeah.
V'chalev.
Alev.
Lo not to lu klum. And Yoshua and Caleb did not take anything. The fee shman, for with the spy's entire being,
Right. This is very important.
the hotzi di ba nis kavunu. They intended to spread slander. Kashem shepirya mishuneh. Just as its fruit is unusual, kach ama meuneh. So are its people unusual. Ze'im chafetz ata leida. And if you wish to know, kama masoi echad mehem, how much the burden of one of them was, say ulamad, go and drive, me avanim shehekimu va Gilgal, from the stones which they set up at Gilgal, Hey Rimu Lahem, they lifted for themselves, each individual, Evan, 1 stone, Mina Hayardain, from the Jordan, Al Shichmo, on his shoulder, Vehekimuha Ba Gilgal, and set it up in Gilgal. Ush Kalum Ravosenu, and our rabbis weighed these stones. Mishkal Kol Achas, the weight of each one, Arba'im Sa'ah, 40 saw. Ugemirei, and we learned Tuna de Madle Inash al Kaspe, that the load that a person can raise on his own shoulder, Eino Ella Shlish Masoi, is nothing but a third of the load, Mi Masoi, of the entire load,
Shemisayim oiso lahor.
Shemisayin also Laharim, when they assist him to raise.
When he's being assisted. So it says, thus each of the 8 men carried 120 saw, making a total weight of 960 saw. The
And how
total
much
weight
is-
of this cluster of grapes was 960 saw.
And how much is a saw?
Yeah. And so it says, Rashi Shmois lists the relative weights and volumes. Shmois 1636, where saw is 3 1/3 times the minimum measure of flour requiring separation of challah. According to present-day measures, a saw is the equivalent at least 4 kilos. And the grape cluster thus weighed 3,840 kilos.
Wow.
Wow. That's a
How do
big
we
clip.
know that they all carried the maximal load? Maybe there was less than the maximum load. Imre Shef explained that had they not used their full capacity, they would had to bring other fruit that was unusually large, which would have foiled their plan. So it means they brought the maximum amount they could. That's basically, which is it's like 4 tons.
Pretty
3,000, I
amazing.
mean, metric ton is 1,000 kilos a metric ton. So I've forgotten now. How many pounds in a ton? 2,000
2,000 pounds in an English ton.
pounds a ton. In English ton. 2,120 or something, no?
Oh, 2,000.
No, it's more.
An English ton is 2,000 pounds.
It's more. 2,120, I think.
Yeah.
I'm almost sure. Oh, wait, see, how is it? I'll have to check it out. Okay.
It's
Anyway,
974 kilograms.
how much?
It's 2,000 pounds, or
Yeah, it says in the United Kingdom
of
it's
a
more
long
than
ton. A long ton is 2,240 pounds.
Oh, that's
That's
it. 2,240.
That's
used
used
in the UK.
about the UK, not America.
Right, that's how I thought. That's what I meant. In England, you call it 2,240 pounds.
Right.
Right. Correct.
Yeah. Which is slightly more than a metric ton. Because a metric ton is 1,000 kilos, which is how many pounds? Again, I can tell you in a second.
It's 2,100 something.
2,200. Oops. Convert it over here. What did we say? 2,240. Yeah. It's 1,016 kilo.
2,205 pounds in a metric ton.
Right. Okay, let's go on. Pasuk 24.
Okay.
I didn't have clear the track of the Pasuk. Pasuk 24. Ramokomahu.
Makomahu kara nachal eshkol al odot ha'eshkol asher karatu misham b'nei Yisrael. So the place was called the Valley of Eshkol because the children of Israel cut, I guess, the cluster from there. Eshkol. Okay, there's no Rashi.
From when was it called this name?
Oh, that's a good question.
How do you spell Torah? The top Good, right, okay.
When?
For that place was called Nachal Eshkol on account of the grape cluster from which the children of Israel had cut from there. So l'chayre, if it was only called this name after the Jewish people entered the land, maybe that's understandable. The question is, who called it Nachal Eshkol? Means it was only called by the Jewish people afterwards.
Uh-huh.
Okay, it's interesting.
That he named the place.
Who's he?
I don't know, but it's not they, it's he, one person.
I agree with you on that. That's a correct grammatical observation.
So that implies that it was named at that time, I think, no?
So who called it that? HaKadosh Baruch Hu?
Yeah, but Kara can't it mean like a group of people called it that?
Yeah, but which group of people are we talking about? The
I
spies.
would think the people that brought back the Eshkol.
We don't find them called as a single unit. You know, sometimes
Uh-huh.
a nation is called, so it's is a singular.
Oh yeah, the Akratu, they cut, right? Yeah, yeah. Okay. It's a good question.
Okay, let's go on to the next pasuk.
Okay, so it says Ve'ashuvu mitor haaretz miketz arba'im yom. Right, so they returned from exploring the land at the end of 40 days. Okay, Ve'ashuvu mitor haaretz miketz arba'im yom. So they returned from exploring the land at the end of 40 days. V'halo arba me'ot parsa al arba me'ot parsa he? But can it be the
No, was it not 400 parsa by 400 parsa? By the way, a parsa is about 4 kilometers. A mil, which is 2,000 amas, is about 1 kilometer.
Mm.
About 1 kilometer, and a parsa is 4 mil. So that's 4 kilometers multiplied by 400. 400 times 4 is 1,600. 1,600 kilometers by 1,600 kilometers. Maybe that was the original size. It says that after the Churban, the Jewish people were sent into exile.
Okay. Mehalach Adam Binoni, and they walked a man walked a man can walk that distance? Eser parsaot l'yom, 10 parsot a day. Arei mehalach arba yom. There you have 40 days walk. Min mizrach l'marav. Oh, we lost the rabbi. I'll just finish this up. From east to west, and they walked the length and width. Ella shegaloi lifnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu, but is revealed before HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Hashem, sheyigzor aleihem, that there would be a decree upon them. Yom l'shana, a year for each day of the spy's mission. Wow. Kitzeit lifneihem et haderech. He shortened the road before them miraculously. So I guess that's where we got the 40 years from.
Right. So Hashem did a miracle to make it only 40 years.
Right.
Because it should have been a lot longer.
Yeah, apparently. Apparently so. Okay.
All right, well, our time is pretty much up anyway. So have a good day, Meir.
Okay, you too. Be well.